The U.S. is expected to announce another $500 million worth of new aid to Ukraine. That will include 50 heavily armored vehicles, missiles for the air defense system as well. Congressman Rich McCormick is on the House Armed Services Committee and joins me now. Congressman, this goes back to the argument, do we want Ukraine to win? Some in the GOP are reticent about the Ukraine war. They don't want to advance and win. Where do you stand?
I'm very aggressive on this war. Anybody who's been to command staff or war college understands that most of the time when we fail in the war is because we didn't commit enough assets. It prolongs the war, you lose popular support, and then you lose the war. If we're going to commit to this, just like we did in Vietnam and Afghanistan, when we were successful, it's when we actually committed to winning. That's why you have to be aggressive now, especially during this turmoil that Putin's experiencing. This is the right time to be strong, to actually make him start to wonder why he's even there. This is the right time.
Okay, I'm going to change the subject for a second here because Governor DeSantis has unveiled what I think is a very bold border plan. Watch this, please.
So if the cartels are cutting through the border wall, trying to run product into this country, they're going to end up stone cold dead as a result of that bad decision. We also need to remove the incentives to come illegally to begin with. And that means employment. That means taxpayer financed benefit. It also means this idea that you can come across the border 2 days later, have a child, and somehow that's an American citizen.
Okay, Congressman, are you comfortable with using, as the governor said, deadly force on the border?
So it depends on who you're dealing with. Now realize that the cartels are using human trafficking and all this massive migration to cover up fentanyl and to cover up child trafficking to the tune of tens of thousands of children. We know that about 80% of the women that are coming up right now are being raped while they're coming up here. I, as an ER doctor, and I've been on the front lines of this immigration crisis, this invasion, if you will, for the entire time. And I remember back in the 90s when I was flying along the border as a helicopter pilot, watching massive amounts of people come across. When I was a close air controller, I'd have to stop in the middle of my close air support to actually let people bumble their way through the Arizona deserts. This has been going on for a very long time. We've allowed it and we've encouraged it through poor enforcement. I think this is a good policy, especially when you're dealing with armed people. We know that we've lost 1.5 million people who come across the border have been lost. We know tons of terrorists, a record number of terrorists have come across. We have to fight fire with fire when necessary.
Okay, what about the other biggie, as I would call it, ending birthright citizenship? The governor doesn't want people to walk across the border pregnant, 2 days later deliver a child who becomes an American citizen. He says that's wrong. He wants to abolish that. That would line right up against the 14th Amendment of the Constitution, wouldn't it?
It probably would, and we're going to have to address that in Congress. The question is, do the people want that? Right now, we have laws that encourage bad behavior. Typically, when we change laws, it's because bad behavior has been perceived based on the laws we have. And so I've been actually talking about this since the 90s myself. Why do we encourage people to have anchor children? Why do we encourage people to come here illegally to deliver their babies and then remain here just because they crossed some magical border and now they all of a sudden became citizens because they broke a law? The question is, do we want to enforce our laws or not?
Congressman Rich McCormick, thank you very much for joining us, sir. I've got a few anchor babies of my own.
Thank you.
There you go.